Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before standing the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. The summer sun had just begun to rise over the quaint hills that only Hardys know by name when a seemingly ordinary video ignited a wave of emotion across the fan base. A single post, tenderly captioned, "We got homesick," would become a soft drum roll announcing something that needed no grand proclamation: hope. Valley is back, and with it, the heart of a show that has come to define family viewing for over a decade. In that clip, beloved lead actress Erin Krakow appeared side by side with her on-screen son and a cast of familiar faces. Though no fireworks burst overhead and no network banners announced the return, fans instinctively knew that this moment marked the dawn of something new when Calls the Heart Season 13 had officially stepped into production. But this wasn't just any season. This was a return, a reckoning, and for many, a restoration of home. As July melted into August, cast and crew slipped back into the rhythm of storytelling. Yet this year, something felt different. Not louder, not bolder, just ... deeper. Perhaps it was the bittersweet ending of Season 12, where Elizabeth Thatcher's decision to uproot her life for the sake of little. Jack's health took her far from the community that had raised her. Or maybe it was the fact that, for the first time in years, Hardys didn't know what was coming next. There were no sure bets, no easy predictions, only an open road back to Hope Valley and the stories that would unfold there. Hope Valley has always been more than a place. It's a feeling. It's the sound of a hammer striking wood as new homes rise from ashes. It's the giggle of schoolchildren racing past Abigail's calf. It's the way Nathan Grant lingers just a little longer when Elizabeth smiles. And now that world is stirring again. Not in a blaze of glory, but in the gentle way that true homecomings always do. Inside the halls of the schoolhouse, where the first seeds of Elizabeth's teaching career were sown, new whispers echo once more. The desks, once empty, now fill with the energy of young minds. The chalkboard, wiped clean, stands ready for lessons not just in arithmetic or reading, but in courage, loss, and love. What stories will unfold here this season? Will little Jack finally find the care he needs without leaving his roots behind? Will Elizabeth face new trials, not as a teacher or widow, but as a woman learning to love again in a town that has changed just as much as she has? Season 13 will likely wrestle with these questions and more. While no official plot lines have been released to the public, the return to Hope Valley as a filming location tells a subtle but powerful tale of narrative renewal. The choice of setting alone speaks volumes. After Season 12's venture into Cape, Fullerton, a place that brought both healing and emotional distance, the return to the valley is symbolic of something deeper. It signals a recentering of the show's heart, both literally and thematically. Fans have long yearned for Elizabeth's arc to move forward with depth and grace. The decision to place her back among the people who first shaped her story is a nod to longtime viewers, many of whom have watched the series not just for its romance or drama, but for the constancy of community. In a world spinning ever faster, when Calls the Heart remains a touchstone of gentleness and purpose, its return this summer has reminded us why social media, usually a cacophony of spoilers and theories, took on a quieter tone this time. The comments weren't asking for twists or demanding character changes. They were filled with gratitude. "This made my day," wrote one fan. "Feels like I'm going home, too," said another. These reactions reveal something crucial: the power of storytelling that soothes rather than shocks, that uplifts instead of appends. In a television landscape saturated with chaos, Hope Valley has always offered an emotional shelter. Behind the camera, whispers suggest a creative team more unified than ever. With each passing season, the writers, producers, and actors have developed an almost spiritual rhythm to their process. They know the beats of Hope Valley like a favorite hymn. But this year, there's a deliberate patience to their choices. Early reports indicate longer rehearsals, deeper character studies, and a focus on multi-episode arcs that explore relationships, legacy, and forgiveness. One crew member reportedly said, "This isn't just a season, it's a return to why we started this show in the first place." That sense of mission has clearly filtered into every performance. Even the youngest actors seem to carry the emotional weight of the narrative. Hyland Goodrich, who plays Little Jack, is growing into a more central figure, no longer a backdrop to Elizabeth's journey. He is poised to become a catalyst for her decisions moving forward. His health, his friendships, and his future may form the emotional spine of season 13. And what of Nathan Grant, the stoic Mountie who has captured hearts not with sweeping declarations, but with subtle glances and quiet strength? His arc in season 13 remains shrouded in mystery, but the signs suggest a greater exploration of his own sense of place in Hope Valley. Is he simply a guardian, a protector? Or is he finally ready to claim happiness? Not just for Elizabeth's sake, but for his own. The chemistry between Kevin McGarry and Erin Krakow has long simmered beneath the surface. Now, with the love triangle storyline firmly behind them, fans may finally get the slow-burn romance they've hoped for. A relationship built not on grand gestures, but on understanding, co-parenting, and shared wounds. There's something deeply compelling about love that emerges after hardship. And season 13 has the potential to deliver just that. Meanwhile, the supporting cast is preparing for their own storylines to bloom. Florence and Ned's playful dynamic is expected to evolve into something more layered. Bill Avery, the town's moral compass, is rumored to face a crisis that shakes even his steady demeanor. Faith Carter may finally receive the storyline she's long deserved, balancing her medical calling with matters of the heart. And let's not forget Lee and Rosemary Coulter. His family now includes sweet baby Goldie Howe. Will parenthood change their place in the valley? But more than individual plots, it is the return to ensemble storytelling that excites longtime fans. When Calls the Heart is at its best, when every citizen of Hope Valley matters, when a widow's grief, a child's laughter, and a miner's ambition carry equal narrative weight. Season 13 seems poised to return to that balance, weaving threads of joy and sorrow into a single comforting quilt. There's also talk of new characters arriving not to disrupt the status quo, but to challenge it just enough to foster growth. A young school teacher's apprentice, perhaps, or a doctor with unorthodox methods. Maybe even a newcomer from Elizabeth's past, returning to ask questions she thought she'd buried for good. These additions are carefully chosen, sources say, to enhance, not overwhelm, the central heartbeat of the show, visually. The production is embracing a richer palette this year. The cinematographers are reportedly capturing more dawn and dusk shot times of transition and introspection, symbolic of the characters' inner lives. These golden hours suggest a season steeped in emotional depth. The music, too, is undergoing a subtle transformation. Familiar motifs will return, but with fresh arrangements echoing the theme of growth through familiarity. As the crew films long days under British Columbia skies, one can only imagine the laughter, the tears, and the quiet triumphs unfolding just beyond the camera. Hope Valley may be fictional, but its stories feel more real than ever. In a world that often demands noise and novelty, When Calls the Heart Season 13 is shaping up to be a whisper of grace, it doesn't shout its arrival. It doesn't need to. The simple sight of a schoolhouse, a Mountie's hat, and a mother's smile says it all. Production will continue into the autumn months, with a likely premiere in the first quarter of 2026. But for now, fans can rest in the knowledge that their beloved show is alive and well. The journey ahead may be uncertain, but it begins as always with the sound of a bell, a teacher's voice, and the promise that even in the hardest times, hope still calls.